Welcome back all. Continuing with the axle work. So from the last videos I stripped out the hubs and stub axles, etc. So you've got now pretty much the axle housing with the final drive differential unit. What I've done is, you can see how it's a lot cleaner. I've given it a first go with a wire brush and quite a substantial amount of diesel to get rid of the crud. I've also then gave it a bit of a high pressure wash as well. So we're looking a lot better, and you can see how effectively there's basically not much paint left. You can see little bits of black here and there, but effectively it's particularly around the differential housing here. There's nothing left there, but I've managed to clean it all up. Now the idea is, I was umming and ahhing about this, whether or not to actually remove this entire final drive unit from the axle housing, and I think I will, because, well, firstly I want to inspect it, and secondly I want to make sure that there's no crud that's deposited on the actual housing, so I'll give it a good clean inside and out. I've also removed this axle breather. Now I'm not too sure about these things. I mean, it's a good idea. It's got a ball in there, and you can shake it and you can hear the ball. But when I kind of tested it, it seems to me like it's just basically a one-way valve. So as pressure builds up, I guess that the ball is lifted, and therefore kind of releasing pressure, like a bit of a pressure cooker, if you will. However, there isn't a return on that. So in other words, if you try sucking air back in, it doesn't do that, which has me a little bit concerned, because you'd ideally want a breather that allows for expansion and contraction of air as the air cools down, or if you're doing a river crossing or something like that. Because if you've got a hot diff and air has purged through the breather, what stops water ingress coming in through the seals once you do a river crossing, for example? I'm not sure. So I might actually swap these out and make them like the later model Discoveries and so on, where it's basically just a screwed in nipple, if you will, and then the breather hose just goes up to the top or in the engine bay somewhere. So that allows for both positive and negative air pressure. I'm not sure that's a technical term, but anyway. So regarding the front, I've started removing all the built-in grime and dirt and so on with a screwdriver. There's a lot of stuff caked on there, as you would expect, particularly in these little crevices in here. This is where the high pressure hose will come in handy to remove all that crud under here. In terms of the swivels, they're both well and truly gone. You can see this one's scored right through, which I suspected, and the other side is pretty much, I reckon, all pitted in here. So I'm hoping to be able to use the 109 swivels, but we'll see. Right, well, that took a lot longer than I thought, but I think I managed to clean the majority of the crud out. So at least it'll be a little bit easier to remove. So try to get all the crud out of here as well, so when I rebuild that, same principle. And there wasn't actually that much dirt in this strut here, or the supporting brace, you know the one I'm talking about, that one there. So that was good. So the diff seems to be in pretty good order. Right, so copious amounts of diesel on all the threads. Let that set in and work nicely. So that's quite nice. So the next steps are to remove the two ends with the complete with the axles, of course. So again, these were relatively loose. Right, so just remove those. They seem to be a 5/16 size. Now, next thing I'm going to do is undo these two, so that way I just don't have to worry about carrying all that, and also that is actually joined to the other side, of course. So I'll just go ahead and remove those two. They're just castellated nuts. Right, surprisingly heavy. So that is a little bit on the heavy side. Yeah, they don't look too bad actually. That's actually quite good there. But as I said, these swivels are no good. So I'll be looking at replacing those eventually. So pretty much take all these off. I'll also pop that out. Right, some of these had spring washers for some reason. Well, that was a bit of a disaster, wasn't it? I didn't cater for the weight here being transferred. Anyway, luckily it just landed on the metal tray. Well, that goes to show you, that's what you call a bit of novice rubbish work there. Anyway, and hence why I was just saying to you, you've got to be prepared. That looks all right. That doesn't look too good. Anyway, let me sort this out again. So what I've just done is put the axle stands in between that gap there, and then just lifted this up. Okay, anyway, you get that? The whole idea was to get this dismantled, which I have now, and the next step will be to drain the fluid, drain plug, and then remove this whole center assembly out. I'm not going to actually touch either of the two units here, the differential, or the pinion and all those kind of things. I'm not going to touch any of that. It's just a matter of taking that out, giving it all a bit of a clean up, well, a good clean up, and then putting it back together. Same with this one. Okay, well, I'll leave it at that, and stay tuned for the next series of diff work. And as always, thanks for watching.